HoriXZ0n. I'm Countess Rose, and welcome to Two Mares Review, where we review anything from fanfiction to character design. I'm here with my co-host, Firescales.
Hello.
And today we have a very special guest with us. Please welcome the Spirit of Destruction, Mr. Event HoriXZ0n.
Oh, you know, I forgot that was my name for a second. Yeah, what's up?
So, today we will be reviewing the fanfic reading by Mr. Dr. Wolf, The Keepers of Discord. The story was written by a Mr. Hoppy McGee. Love the name, by the way. And art was provided by Skyward Sylphina. Firescales, would you like to give a quick synopsis of the story?
Of course, we follow, or don't follow, because he's a statue, the statue of Discord, and how Celestia gives him basically keepers to keep him clean, to keep him entertained, all through the hundreds and hundreds of years he is a statue. And it's just literally him being the narrator, and him telling us what he's thinking, what he's going through, but also experiencing what all of his keepers are going through as well. And just to kind of say up front, their names are Ember Spark, Evening Breeze, Sunny Meadows, and Summer Sky.
Okay. So, Vit, when I sent this story to you, what was your opinion of it?
Overall opinion?
Yeah, how'd you feel about it?
Alright, well, you know, when I saw that the video was an hour long and I figured out immediately that we weren't gonna move from this statue, I'm like, oh, this story's gotta be good. And like it kind of did live up to the good expectation. You're not really going anywhere, so it kind of expanded where it needed to be expanded. You know, it was just written well. There's reasons to get invested. I think that's probably the most intelligent comment you're going to get from me all night.
Oh, don't be too hard on yourself. I'm sure we'll probably get worse. Okay, so I really enjoyed the story myself. I personally have listened to it about 4 or 5 times. I still cry at the end.
Why do you do that to yourself?
It's a good story.
Man, I don't cry at all. I'm so heartless. I'm a monster.
Yes, because apparently I was able to get this Draconicus to cry with the story.
Aww.
I'm holding that to you still.
Hey.
Oh, you can't stay mad at me. I'm too adorable.
I'm just a spectator, so y'all have at it.
Oh my gosh. So, again, with the story, Keepers, I think most of us would probably agree that our favorites was Sunny Meadows. In fact, that was also Discord's favorite keeper. Let's just go through the keepers and give our thoughts on them. The first one, Ember Spark. She was an interesting start to everything, although I don't understand why she would choose Saddle Rippers to read to the Spirit Discord and Disharmony. That was a weird choice in the novels.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she started the whole experience very kind of as expected, and kind of I probably would have done the same thing, completely doubting herself, being like, what in the world am I doing? Celestia, why am I not, like, you know, planting gardens in your personal gardens or whatnot instead of just cleaning the statue, you know?
Her job is to clean a statue and talk to it.
I mean, that sounds more exciting than my life.
Create an imaginary friend around the statue and talk to it. Be friends. And if you have friendship problems, you know who to go to.
Yes, a hunk of rock.
I'm kind of mad because, like, you know, in all your English classes, when they point out a specific detail of, like, something, and your English teacher goes like, that's important! And, like, it becomes important. Mm-hmm. And so, like, what's his name? McGee? I'm just gonna call him McGee. Yeah, so when he mentions that, her mane is, like, a fiery red, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be important. And it really wasn't important. Not all that important.
I think it's just like a hereditary thing to like anchor all the family together.
I guess, but like I thought it was gonna come in, you know, somewhere with her character, because he kind of introduced her as like he kind of introduced her as someone who had potential to at least do at least one thing, you know, have one job to hold any sort of significance in the story. But then he kind of just like, she's dead.
That was very surprising. It was actually. It was weird to kind of hear in an MLP universe death, you know, in terms of, but yet it was treated in a way also very nonchalantly. Like, yeah, she died of old ages. And Grandma was hitting the bucket anyway. And so it was just kind of weird how it was unexpected to see it there, but at the same time it was unexpected that it wasn't dramatized.
Yeah, it was basically how death of a elderly loved one is usually handled. Usually it's sad, but they've lived a long life, and it was kind of expected it was going to happen sooner or later. So, and really her death was not really a major plot point. It was a death later on in the story that really was a major turning point. Her daughter, Empress Sparks' daughter, Evening Breeze. I did not like her. She was mean.
I do not like Evening Breeze.
Same here.
But she was just a stepping stone to get to the one that we were all wanting for, Sunny Meadows. This child is just so delightful.
Yeah, and...
What?
What?
Oh, you sounded like you were going to say something else.
Good.
I thought she was too. Okay.
Yeah, the train fell off and went into the canyon, so...
Stop focusing on the thumbnail. We're still working on the video.
But drawing...
Sunny Meadows, she was an interesting character. She kind of makes me think of what Pinkie Pie would be if she was toned down slightly and, like, gardening more.
I mean, generally optimistic. I think she's a bit too optimistic, but, it was kind of essential for her character, I guess.
Yeah. And the way that the time passage, just the general time passage in the story, I'm going to be assuming this was over like maybe a 90 to a century long period of time, because you went through 3 generations of a family, almost 4 complete cycles, and actually 5, because like her daughter had a kid at the end of the story.
Yeah, but it wasn't really...
It wasn't a factor, but still, it was like we were starting on the 5th generation of keepers.
Yeah.
I think the passage of time was handled very well, although frankly I think in the story, because again this is an AU story, Twilight Sparkle must have been well over a century by the time the end of the story rolled around.
Yeah.
But
I mean, she is the element of magic. She probably knew something.
Probably.
Take this. It takes 20 years off your face.
Just how Discord related to the keepers and how they treated him reflected back on how he grew attachment to what he originally thought just were playthings, and he just slowly, i.e. being forced to just sit there and be a captive audience, how he grew to love these ponies who ironically just kind of loved him back, even though you don't really know how they feel about talking to a statue. Mm-hmm. Sunny Meadows liked to believe that he was conscious and alive in there, and she kind of just developed an attachment to, I guess, like a figure that's always been there, like always a friend she could go to and talk to, even if he couldn't talk back.
I mean, imagine who her mother is.
Yeah, the relationship between her mother and Evening Breeze, seen through the eyes of Discord, we can easily see that it was strained. That's putting it lightly.
Almost non-existent?
Yeah, let's go with that one.
Okay. Option B. But just like, another reason I brought that up was because of like, with the problems that she had to deal with at home, the best person to just go and vent to was a statue that she had to go visit almost every day. Mm-hmm. And so that's probably why she developed such a connection with Discord as statue, because I don't know how many other friends she had, but...
Well, obviously she was well-adjusted, seeing that I'm assuming she did have friends. She actually married for a short time, although we never actually meet this character. I don't like him. Mm-hmm. I don't like Jumbled, I think was her husband's name.
What, is Sunny Meadows like a parallelism for like bronies in the brony community? Like, I don't know, you remember Jesse, right? Drowning in Horseshoes?
I never watched much of his content, but I've seen a couple, yeah.
So I don't remember which video this is. He probably took it down for, obvious reasons. He essentially called bronies the rejects of society. Mm-hmm. And these weirdos and losers who can't fit into real life, right? So, the point in his video was that they were using the fandom to support their weirdish lifestyle instead of using the show as like a means of learning how life actually works. But it's kind of like, obviously I'm reading too much into this, but I'm just, I'm seeing it. Like Sunny Meadows kind of had the same problem because like her mom is not very friendly, to say the least. And, clearly when that happens, you don't fit in so well in life. So the only thing that she could think to do was come back to this imaginary friend that she made up. Unfortunately, didn't help her with her problems. Didn't really get her anywhere in life. Didn't really change her as a person. And, it's kind of sad because it's like she was coping her entire life. You know what I mean? You like Sunny Meadows because she's, typically a friendly personality, right? Mm-hmm. And she doesn't really do anything that makes you go like, I don't like her. But she never actually grows as a for lack of a better word, as a person. And that is disturbing and depressing at the same time. But it doesn't feel like that in the story. Because, it feels like, because this is about discord. It comes off as, I guess, as a good thing, because this is from Discord's perspective, actually. He's not thinking about her, growth. He's like, oh, I'm stuck in this statue, and finally someone who I can tolerate comes around. And she stays like that, and that's a good thing for him. I think it would be different if written from the perspective of Sunny Meadows. Like, you'd hear a lot more things that are going on, right?
Yeah.
Drastically more interesting, probably, if you heard from Sunny Meadows.
I think I'll kind of, I can see where you're coming from that, but, I think, seeing that we're only seeing it from Discord's perspective, we aren't getting input from other people, and he's stationary. I feel like... Oh, train of thought, where'd you go?
It's tumbling down the mountain with mine.
Dang it!
I mean, wouldn't you say out of the 4 keepers, Sunny Meadows is the one who kind of has her head in the clouds the most?
Yeah, I would say that, but again, how well do you know someone? This is just how Discord sees her.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't know, even Ember Spark, the first one, just seemed a little bit, even though she grew, she was probably the one who had the second best attachment to Discord. Even she still had some sort of grounding. She still knew that, he is a statue. There could be something there, but could not. So, I don't know. Sunny Meadows just seemed very kind of head in the clouds. No, that's a terrible thing.
No, she was obviously well-grounded enough to be a good mother to her children and to grow somewhat healthy relationships. She probably could have had better taste in stallions. But hey, everyone screws up sometimes. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that. But again, she grew up in this lifestyle of taking care of a statue that was her family. She was already 3rd generation into this by that point in time. And that was pretty much probably just a family norm by that point.
Yeah, but she didn't move on. The other 2, Evening and Ember, they kind of, just got discouraged, and went on with their lives, not really taking it very seriously. And, we don't know what they did. Hopefully they bettered themselves. Yeah. But, considering that the kind of world that McGee paints this Equestria out to be, and, the kind of choices that we saw that they made in the story, probably not. Right, yeah. They probably didn't make better choices on in life, but that just makes it more interesting.
Yeah, well, Ember Spark, she had retired at her old age from being a keeper. Her daughter was already a grown-up and had already had a couple of children by the time she started being the official keeper. And she left after Sunny Meadows was old enough to be the keeper herself because she didn't like the job, period. Mm-hmm. But Sunny Meadows enjoyed it, and hey, when you enjoy your work, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
Because, again, this was their job assigned to their family by the princess, so...
I mean, what age was Summer Sky when she finally took over?
Summer Sky? I think she never really officially took over because it was her mom. Her mom never really retired. She pretty much just got to the point where she was too sick. And I think she was a young adult. She pretty much helped her mom all the way through life, too. She started taking care of him as soon as she could. With her mom, though.
But part of the wisdom to kind of be gained here is knowing when to stop.
Yeah.
There is a point, with Sunny Meadows, there is a point where you're just too old to keep doing what you're doing. She could still go and watch, but she always insisted on doing it all, and...
I don't think she insisted on doing it all.
Well, she tried.
Well, yeah, but... Hey, when are you going to argue with Grandma? When Grandma wants to do something, she's going to do it. Or did I just grow up in a family full of stubborn women?
Well, Let's just say my grandfather was stuck on the roof because he insisted on fixing something himself. And so I was like, Ma, if you be like Grandpa, I'm leaving you up on that roof. I'm not helping you down. Now I'll teach you to be stubborn. So there does come a point where the old people just need to let the youngins do it. The spry young people. So, you know. You're right there.
I think you should get an ambulance.
I just had a new picture of your grandfather stuck on a roof.
He was trying to fix the weather vane, and he just like, the thing was, he had a able-bodied daughter, son-in-law, and grandson not 5 minutes away from him, yet he still insisted on going up. And when my mom told me, I was like, Grandpa!
Now I just have the minute image of your mother and father standing up there looking up at him. Oh my God.
The thing is, my mom takes after my grandpa sometimes with her stubborn ways, so I was like, Mom!
I'm dead now. Continue the review without me.
Well, while I bury Countess, I guess we're done talking about the characteristics of the main cast.
Okay, so you can stop burying me, good gosh.
So if you actually die, can I take your channel? Because I could use the subs.
I thought you had more subs than me. I'm at like 560.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn you, Brony Notion.
What?
It's Brony Notion's fault. I can't take people's channels anymore because I'm like over 1,000 now, and I'm like, hey! And they're like, you're a bigger channel than me now. And I'm like, damn it!
Hopefully I hit 4 digits soon. I don't know. I probably need to get more regular in my upload schedule. So, we have, I think, officially dissected all of the characters and motivations and the fact that Fire Scales has a heart of stone and she could not be moved to tears by this story.
Should I be proud of that?
That's kind of up to you.
I have no idea.
No, you know why? Because this was actually a well-written story.
It was.
See, the reason why I don't watch anime anymore is because when they try to kill someone, it's like obviously a tearjerker, and I'm like, I know what you're doing. You're not fooling me. But this one story was actually done well, and I was like, damn it. This sucks. Now I have to cry.
That scene where Summer Skies comes to Discord, and Discord is like, this isn't, because like, at the point of the story, pretty much the only thing keeping him encased in stone this time around was the main 6, and over the course of the period, all of them had passed away, I'm assuming due to natural causes, and pretty much he was just waiting for a little bit of chaos to bring about his release onto Ponykind.
Mm-hmm.
And right about that time is when Sunny Meadows passes on. And her daughter comes to tell Discord. And Discord's turmoil being like, anything but this. I want to be out, but please don't let this be the reason I get out. And I was just sitting there trying not to sob.
I can only imagine Summer Skies just what she's feeling when this, all these years they're wondering if there's even a soul in this statue or whatnot. All of a sudden it just comes alive, and I just loved it where he just bends down, grabs that letter, goes, thank you, and just kind of takes off. And I'm like, that's like both comical and yet very kind of terrifying.
Yeah, because the statue you've been cleaning since Fullhood just magically started walking, talks to you, takes the letter that your mother wrote for it, and fucks off.
I mean, just imagine if that happened with any inanimate object.
Weeping Angels, I have dynamite.
You still hate me for showing that stuff to you, don't you?
No, I was the one who originally watched all the episodes in one sitting, so...
Yeah, but I was the one who told you about them.
Mm-hmm.
Fast Ghost does not like Weeping Angels. Spread the word. Anything you'd like to add, Event?
Are we ready to tear into Dr. Wolf's performance?
It sounds like you are.
Go for
it. I'm sorry, am I the only one?
No,
go
please
for it.
Go. You wreak havoc and we'll follow suit.
Wonderful. You know how tough it is to be the first act? All right, so this is not coming because this is not coming from my general distaste and dislike of Dr. Wolf, right? You know, despite the fact that he was reading it, I actually still enjoyed the story. But I honestly think he probably should have gotten some other people to help him out because his Discord voice was, not gonna lie, pretty good, right? Mm-hmm. Pretty good. It did get tiring hearing his voice for about an hour and 20 minutes straight, and his other voices kind of were all the same.
Yeah.
And it is not much of a distinction, and so that did get a little annoying. Brought me out of it a little bit because, you know, all of his voices were the same because he can't voice act. It's not his fault. Like I said, I think he should have gotten some other people maybe to help him.
Yeah, I believe me and Firespost both are of the same opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think his voice is very dry, very boring, and I'm like you. Listening to it for an hour and 24 minutes of nothing but him, my brain I had to literally keep refocusing on the story because my brain started, you know, kind of like when it comes to like a sound that's always there, your brain starts to tune it out.
White noise.
Yeah, so my brain kept starting to tune out Dr. Wolf's voice because it was all him. And so, especially with the mares, I really wish he had some other voice actors for them so that way it would change things up. But I did like his Discord. His Discord was... Mm-hmm. He did pretty good on his Discord.
His Discord was really good. Overall, his general narration voice, in fact, most of the time was Discord narrating. I felt for the most part, rather soothing. Again, sometimes I would have to refocus because I would drift off. Because he has one of those voices, like, you listen to it long enough, it kind of just, like, zones you out.
Yeah, and that is a problem. And, you know, here's the thing about the Discord voice. Like, I think he has the tone for Discord, right? I can't go as low as John Delancey's voice. But, Discord... You know, being the spirit of chaos and being a very animated character, right? Mm-hmm. His dynamics fluctuate a lot. So there will be high energy moments when he's speaking and lower energy moments and medium, and they will fluctuate a lot because he's crazy, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
And Dr. Wolf could not do that. He does not fluctuate in dynamics at all. He can't go very high in energy, unfortunately.
Yeah,
and that did do his Discord voice a little disservice. Mm-hmm. But I think because he has nearly the exact same tone as John Delancey, it was forgivable, I guess, for this purposes. I don't want to hear him voice acting Discord on a regular basis, or maybe even again. But I think for this video, I think I could have lived with it. But yeah, again, other people. It's not like he can't get other people.
Yeah, if he gotten because there's 5 other VAs he probably needed to be able to cover the 4 keepers and Celestia.
Best keeper, by the way. Celestia was the best keeper. She put him there in the first place, so.
Yep.
Put him there and left him to rot. Or crumble, so to be.
He could see the cold shoulder as she's walking away.
There wasn't really much sound effects to go with this, mainly just a general calming undertone of background music, so I guess pretty much the voice acting is all we had to comment on the sound design. Unless Mr. Music Guy has any comments.
I would like to put in a formal complaint about the lack of sound design. I mean, it's called The Keepers of Discord full movie, right?
Yeah.
And so, I obviously wasn't expecting a full production, right?
Yeah.
Especially because I know his moments with Dr. Wolf, the artists take months on that stuff, and that's not even animated. Mm-hmm. But not a whole lot of sound to compensate. Now again, this is Discord standing alone in a garden by him, for a few decades. There's not a lot happening, but because there's not a lot happening, I want to hear what is happening, right? There's not a whole lot of work to do.
True.
I think that kind of would have helped a little bit.
Just maybe some ambient wind sounds or birds or something like that.
Something.
I mean, there's a waterfall behind them, sound of running water, birds. trees with the wind, like you said, Countess. Yeah, that does bring up a
Was
good
it?
point.
Man, I don't remember that.
I mean,
I guess that needed to be a little bit more. It helps when you put it in like stereo, but like super obvious stereo. I think that probably would have helped if his voice was in mono and like the background noise was probably in like super obvious stereo. You know, like ASMR like status. That probably would have, because I only watched it once and it was last week, so I'm trying to go off of what I'm remembering, and I don't really remember it much at all. I don't know if it was because I was annoyed that his voice was droning on in my head for about an hour. I don't know what it was, but like, yeah, definitely working on that background stuff would have really improved it. Yes.
With an audio drama, sound design can easily make or break a audio drama. And when it's there, it's not noticeable. When it's not there, it's kind of blatant.
Which is why it's like, you know, it's not hard. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it, you wimp. God, I can't believe I just made that reference. Yes.
You did it, not us.
I don't think I really have any complaints about the art. I'm looking at the video like right now, actually. I just have it muted. And obviously, you know, it took a lot of effort. So thank God for that. As usual, the people behind the actual content do a good job. Yeah, there's
Skyward Sylphina.
What was that?
Skyward Sylphina is the artist who did the art, as well as she's credited as the editor for this production. The choice to do an art kind of like Art Nouveau style.
That's what I was thinking, kind of a stained glass look.
Yeah, it was a very interesting choice, and I felt it really worked well with kind of the peacefulness of the story.
But also, what's funny is it's also so not like Discord either.
Yeah.
Because it's a very peaceful, kind of very flowy, nature-esque art style.
Tranquil.
Yeah, it's tranquil, and that is not Discord whatsoever. And so that also kind of, the art itself kind of just counterbalanced Discord because he's also in statue form and he can't do anything.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was really good. And
actually, yeah, that worked for him being in the statue. When he was out, I kind of got weirded out a little bit because it didn't really look right.
Yeah, I can see that. He does look a little strange.
I think it's because he has so many colors on his palette. It's kind of jarring because most of the other characters have 1 to 3 colors within their palette, and Discord has several.
To say the least, I think he's got. Over 20.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of base colors.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it does look a little weird.
Yeah, he kind of sticks out, especially in the very monochromatic settings of most of the images.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe, you know, the style could have... funny enough, actually, towards the end there, at about a minute and 15, you know, where they changed to this ambiguous realm that he created, they kind of, what's her name? Skyward kind of changed it, I feel. Like, changed the tone of the way she drew it. Which was weird, because that really would have helped when Discord was out of the statue.
Mm-hmm.
Because the mood kind of changes.
The background probably could have changed a little bit more when he was actually out of the statue. But I do agree that the feeling of this later image really is...
It's kind of peaceful, yet very kind of wary.
It has that chaotic feel because it has like... Oh, what is that texture on it? Kind of like that rainbow effect you get when you have oil and water, or gasoline spilled on concrete. It kind of has that look to it, and it kind of has a chaotic feel to it, even though it's the same background, just in line art form.
Yeah, I think that worked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess my only complaint is, you know, the lack of changing when Discord was... Oh, God, he looks like a rabbit there. That's freaking hilarious.
Oh, when he's standing up and his ears are fully up?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm making a meme of that.
I look forward to it on your Twitter.
Yeah, that's my only complaints with the art.
Yeah. Overall, very well done. According to her DA, she is still active, I believe. Yeah, very active. Art has improved, which I always love to see. Although I was kind of sad because the original artist who did the cover art that's over on FemFiction sadly, her account is deactivated and we can't actually see other work from it.
R.I.P.
But overall, I feel like this fanfiction has been given very good art. So, any final thoughts?
Overall, it was pretty good.
Very good fic. Reading, we probably could have gone with some more actors involved, but what we got is sound in its development.
It's passable.
Passable. The art is beautiful. I would love to be able to commission this person if I wasn't broke.
Yeah, I think the video is maybe about a 5 out of 10. I think the story is like a 8 or 9, maybe midway.
Yeah, I would give the story itself a solid 8. The video production, I'd actually probably give about 6, just from the video editing and the art provided. Sound, 5.
Yeah, but I'm pretty much the same.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Event, for joining us today. And for everyone else, if you'd like to suggest a fanfic for us to review in the future, please leave it in the comments down below, or we should be doing another character episode soon. So if you have any characters you'd like us to review, please send us a link, or you can send us a note on our DA page that is still active and alive in the bare minimum sense.
Yeah.
So, thank you again all, and until next time, bye.
Hell yeah.